G'day and welcome to another episode of CMMNN, New Eden's best place for drawing dicks on Dotland. On tonight's news, we talk about the Great MTU Hunt, and later we ask the hard-hitting questions about Spicy's ISK-Tars doctrine. But first, a word from our sponsors. And welcome back, Capsuleers. Tonight, I would like to talk about the greatest environmental threat currently facing the galaxy. And no, it's not jitter local or talking stations. It's the simple Mobile Tractor Unit, or MTU for short. Our investigations have shown not only do MTUs clog up your directional scan, but they also contribute to the ever-growing amounts of space trash floating around New Eden. The evidence shows that in places where MTUs are found, they tend to have clouds of wrecked ships and trash floating around them. Are the MTUs trying to assemble Minmatar ships? Or is it something more nefarious at work? All we really do know is places without MTUs have almost no trash. And this is why we here at CMMNN have decided to start the Great MTU Hunt as our way of giving back to the community and reducing the space trash, and denying Minmatar pilots the resources to build those annoying, overpropped ESS stabbers with. So, in mid-January, for 23 hours, we'll be hosting an MTU hunting competition starting after downtime and continuing until downtime 23 hours later. Registrations open in a week for solo pilots and teams. Places are limited due to the fact that I am only one anchorman and Excel spreadsheets frighten me. To make things interesting, we have implemented some rules. Once your ship dies, you are eliminated, and all kills before your death make up your final score. No reshipping. You register one ship and you must stick to it. The goal here is to reduce space trash, not add to it. And yes, most importantly, you can hunt other players and eliminate them. In fact, we encourage this. No hunting blue MTUs. We have made a special corp for the occasion, so you can hunt in every region of EVE. Otherwise, test pilots will just have nothing to shoot at. And for a full set of guidelines, they will be posted on the official release next week, as well as the list of all the rewards. We hope to see you out there on the day. Stay tuned. After this ad break, we dive into our next story. Welcome back. In recent weeks, pilots of the Wrecking Crew Coalition have come under acute financial stress. Many questions have been asked about the causes. Once again, the investigative journalists here at CMMNN have uncovered the truth. It all started when Wrecking Crew Fleet Commander Spicy McNicey decided to introduce a new fleet doctrine and hatch a diabolical scheme alongside it. Spicy, in a masterful act of insider trading, held back on giving notice of this change to the pilots, knowing full well he intended to use the doctrine soon. But many of you may ask, why would an FC do this? Wouldn't an FC want their pilots to have all the time they need to go and buy ships and move them into staging, have the equipment ready for whenever they're needed to undock? Well, yeah, you would think so too. But Spicy's plan was to form a fleet, promise a fort kill, the only thing in this deception that actually turned out to be true. And this is when Spicy's plan was executed. First, he got the fleet to escort his own freighter, carrying all of these ISK-Tars in, as Spicy likes to call them, because his plan was to sell them for 350 million ISK a hull. So, once the 100-man fleet escorted Spicy's profits safely into the Keepstar, he started listing contracts to the very fleet itself at a huge markup. If you wanted to be on the fort kill, you had to cough up your 400 million ISK. Our sources have revealed prices of up to 450 million ISK on contracts at the time of the fleet's undocking. And this didn't even include drones. This new iteration of the 35 million ISK cormorant scheme, combined with the fact that the man selling you the ships for 500 million ISK just so happens to be the same guy leading them to their death. All of this got pilots outraged, and they vented their frustrations at Spicy by shitting up fleet comms. When confronted with these accusations, Spicy had this to say.
I made too low profit on that.
This act of profiteering and exploitation has got everyone here at the CMM studio outraged. Mainly because we did not think of this first. It was a genius move that got us all jealous. So, from one super space capitalist to another, we here would like to acknowledge the masterful play and give Spicy our highest honor. So, here's to you, Spicy. Well played, and cheers. And that's all for this episode, Capsuleers. Join us once again after the holidays. Merry Christmas.